What's up, everybody? I'm your boy Germ747, the musical director here at Flowtainment. We want to thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. Please be advised that the articles read tonight are not necessarily the views of Flowtainment. So grab you something to drink or eat, and don't be afraid to join in the conversation by clicking on the StreamYard link posted in the chat. Now, let's get this show started.
Okay, my business word. Oh, we professional in this thing. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Did you miss me? Oops. Excuse me, y'all. I put a safety pin up here because I didn't want to show y'all all the Christmas gifts. Not on this show. This not the show for that, baby. And I'm not on OnlyFans, okay? Because I'm not the only fan. Oh, okay then. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. It's the 28th. I'm about to close out of this inbox because it took me forever in a day to send over this email and still didn't end up sending it from the laptop. How are you all doing on I believe this is the last Thursday of April. How y'all feeling? What did this month bring you? I see the comments. I see them already in the comments. Let me pull it up. Let me know what did this month do for you. What that says, Ink Life Florida Tattoo TV. Got my popcorn ready. We got Queen Purple Rain. Happy Thursday. I know that's right. Come on, somebody. We got a great show for you all. So I'm glad that you are here and ready. And I won't keep you here too long because guess what? Your girl got a life. I love to say that. Let you know, baby. No more than hour and 30 minutes is what I can give y'all on these Thursdays. But I just want to, bring you something, give you some type of substance to take you into the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all for coming through. Make sure you give this a thumbs up or heart wherever you are. Share it. The comments, I'll put them up on the screen and, we here to have a good time. Don't be afraid to interact. We have an amazing show for you all. And I'm just so excited. Do y'all got y'all libations? Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming you can hear me very well. I haven't heard anybody say anything. We're going to see what happens once I put these headphones on, though. But for the most part, my hair isn't invisible like it was last week. I figured out it was something about the fade that I had going on. I don't even know technology. But let me go ahead and bring up my show. We have an amazing show. I got a game for y'all. I've been having fun with my games. Let me see. Click on it. All right, there we go. And let me make myself a little small here. Y'all, we have Flow Town. It was just this past week. Y'all saw me doing all of my advertisements for it leading up to, and now I can say that it is done. Hey, Aunt J Love. You know what I'm saying? We got a few photos from Flowtainment. Shout out to Mo Noor for capturing us. We had 2 nights, y'all. We had 2 nights. We was doing big things. We had Friday and Saturday out at Camp North End here in Charlotte. Of course, for Boom Festival, it was such a wonderful experience. Like I had no heavy feeling. I didn't have any sort of nerves or stress or anything because I had my boo. I had my boo or whatever. And it turned out very, very well. For the most part, we missed no lines. I don't know if he missed anything, but it was like a few sentences here and there on the second night that I missed. But that was because I had a drink or two beforehand. Don't do that, Kia. But it was still a great, great turnout both times. Family and friends came through, and we had our merchandise table popping, so it was pretty cool, pretty great event. We will have footage for you at some point. Just make sure you're following Flowtainment so that you see it when it drops. And stay tuned for next year. We might we should have something else for you. We've been talking about it. We already done talked about the storyline and everything. So I see y'all emojis. Some of y'all emojis, I see them on the playback because I can't see them. But Purple Rain, she gave us some emoji. I can't see it right now, but thank you for tuning in. I hope all is well with you, sis. Yeah, so yeah, that was that on that. And what else? Oh yeah, I got a new episode of Behind the Song. Baby. I was like, it's been a while since I've created this. This show came out of me being unable to do anything but rest after my surgery. I think I created my first episode a few days after my surgery. Child, I needed to be sitting down. I was sitting down, but I needed to be sitting down some more. But it started something, and I can't remember what episode number this is. It may be 9 or 10, but I couldn't wait to cover Journey. And, this is why I get a chance to cover my white people music. You know what I'm saying? Because on WKFLO Rhythm Release, even though I put in some Blue Eyed Soul here and there, this is why I get to cover my white people music that I love. Okay. But stay tuned because we're gonna get a brother. We're gonna get a brother on that the next one. I said I ain't did no brothers yet, so we're gonna get a brother on the next one. And hopefully you enjoy it. And yeah, so check out Behind the Song Journey, their song Who's Crying Now. That is like up there now. It's a fave. I have my all-time faves, and then I have my faves, and it's definitely in that fave category. I sometimes I wonder if my husband would be like, if she played this song one more time. And then I gotta go full-fledged. What is it? I said I was gonna forget it too. Oh, caught on a one-way street. The taste of bittersweet. Love will survive somehow, some way. It's a part I forgot, but it's okay. It's okay. It's my song, but I can't remember the first part of the second verse. I sang the first verse on the episode. You got to check it out to see. But anyway, so that's that. Make sure you check it out. Give that video a thumbs up. Share it. And if you have any songs that you want me to do some research on and go behind, make sure you leave that in the comments of those videos. And I'll be sure to, do my due diligence. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to just keep doing the songs that I want to do, until I, get that response from folk. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, always got to give a shout out to Mode Noir Inc., where excellence is the only option, okay? You better know about it. Shout out to Asher and Mode Noir Inc., doing big things here in the Queen City and everywhere else. Child, she be all over the place. Child, she be all over the place and still has time to help Kia Flo get her life together. Okay. So, now that I done shouted her out, if you want to get your shout out, I have my advertisement price list as such. Check it out. Email me at info@flowtainment.com. Absolutely. I'm telling you, we got a total of 4 shows, and I feel like I have to say this each episode until the season is over. Excuse me, y'all. It's the mascara for me. But until this season is over with, which will be May 26th is the last show. So if you want to get put on Flowtainment Live, put some advertisement on Flowtainment Live, you still have until May 26th to get in. Or you have WKFLO Rhythm Release, which will be coming around in June. And then, of course, we have Flowtainment Perspective, which I need to be working on another one of those episodes pretty soon. And we have Behind the Song. So if you want to advertise what it is that you got going on, let my people see what it is that you have, and maybe we can get people over to what I got going on. You know? Email me at info@flowtainment.com. Oh yes, I think that's all the church announcements before we get to our interviewee of the night. But she has some time to get it in. And so, let's see here. Excuse me. Excuse me. See, this is where I should put those other commercials. Those other commercials. And it froze up on me. It's all good though. We're gonna wait for it to unfreeze. But if you are in here, make sure you are in the comments, interacting. And like I said, make sure you please share this video if you can. Baby, do y'all see me? Do y'all see me styling and profiling? I had to do that today. And I said I was gonna wait until she got on here to talk about it. But baby, I said, I be doggone. I said, I got Ashlee on here. I got to come with it. Nah, it's levels to the come with it. But, light work right now. Light work. Sometimes all it takes is a little shea butter. But no, I got makeup too, because I ain't have time. I'm going through my skin processes and regimens, and I found me some new products to use. And so, I just be getting my life with that. She says, I am so proud of you. And yes, we see you. Okay. One of my episodes, I can't think of the episode I was like, it was on my rhythm release. I was like, 1 week I'm on, 1 week I'm off. This week I'm on. But either way, I'm going to keep giving it to you. I'm going to keep giving it to you. You just know that, okay? Lockbox, my product that I came up with on the fly, Lockbox. You know how we used to have our perms in the box, our relaxers in the box. Come with the cream, the neutralizer shampoo, the deep conditioner, maybe some Vaseline. In the Lockbox, you got your lock twist. Maybe you got you some coconut oil. You got you some concentrated apple cider vinegar shampoo or something like that, and some moisturizing conditioner. Put it in the box, Lockbox. Now, if anybody come out with that, I want my 10 cents. That's all I'm saying. And you better hurry up before I do it. Got dog. I already got the Shaduki butter on that. See, I need to start having my products around and out and about for moments like this. Ooh, excuse me. Y'all see all that? Okay, yeah. Like my book, As the Flow Goes. And yes, I see the celebrity has come into the studio. She's in the back. I see you. Yes, ma'am. But and in the meantime, in between time, I said I need to start shouting out my products a lot more often. This is my book, As the Flow Goes, a compilation of my thoughts and poetry, and came out in 2018. I'm telling you, y'all better get y'all copy. And I've already made an executive decision. I love making those executive decisions as a business owner. I'm trying to talk to you. That the first book is the only book that you are going to get a full thank you, or like a well-written, straight from the heart, thank you for buying my book. The rest of the books that I come out with, you just get my name. Ain't nobody got time. I be up here writing all these long books. Now, no matter when you buy the first book, That's the only book that I will write the whole heartfelt message. Any book after that, child, thank Kia Flow. That's all you getting. Kia Flow. You ain't even getting a date. You getting Kia Flow. Because I know I got time, child. I don't know why I be writing all of that extra stuff. All right, they come in through. Who this is over here? Queen Purple Rain says, I'm about to get locked up too, girl. Let me see you with the purple locks. Hey, family. What's good, Tay? My queen. Yeah, so we're about to get the show started. Let me go back over here. Listen, when I tell y'all, stream y'all to have you feeling as though you working a whole control board over here, but you can't do any of that if you don't have it prepared beforehand. So trust and believe, it is not pretty to be doing this stuff on the fly. But we do have our artist, our star, our interviewee, our poet, our lady. We have her here in the studio, so I'm about to bring her on. But before I do that, I want to play this small clip. I told her yesterday, I said, I didn't even know that this was on YouTube, but baby, I do my research. Okay. And I didn't know that this poem was on YouTube, and it just warmed my heart. So I want y'all to check this out. It's only about 42 seconds. I just want her to know that since she got up or whatever. It's only about 42 seconds. Oh, she had to go get her water. I see you, girl. I see you. They don't see you, but I see you, girl. We're here. But y'all check this out. I really thought this was beautiful.
I like my face. I like my skin.
In this moment, I'm filled with pride yet emotional. I remember disliking the tint of my skin, questioning the darkness of my hue, loathing that this skin was reminiscent of night sky, wondering why I've been called so dark I looked blue. I remember crying to my mother about the unfairness of it all, trying to store melanin away, willing it to go down the drain, the belief that the shift in my shape would make me more acceptable. The toxicity I've inhaled in attempts to dispel negative words that struck my heart, looks at the stain that ripped me apart, shreds of self-esteem shaved off. See, I've stood in aisles in search of lightning creams, hoping to magically switch teams because the skin I currently wore.
All right. Ash, I'm assuming you can hear me, right?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. So we're going to get this together real quick. Like, looking beautiful while I get this together.
Thank you. You still can't hear me?
It had now the speaker.
How about now?
I can hear you. Thank you.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, girl, I'm about to panic because I'm like, every time I get it down to a crisp science, then technology want to come through like a gray hair.
That is technology for you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I am great. Thank you so much for being here. Hold on, let me get to my comments because they lighten up already. Oh, okay. So glad I got my book. Somebody says deep. She say, I hear her. Okay, so she says she hears me. We got some fire emojis, and she says, yes, I can hear you both. All right, then. Thank y'all so much for letting me know that what it is that I'm doing. I pay my internet bill, and it's working. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how are you feeling? Happy Thursday.
You said Thursday, right? Happy Thursday.
Yeah, it is Thursday.
Yes. I'm good. I'm in a good place. Excited to be here.
You look good. Thank you again for
You
coming.
You gotta dress up.
Oh, I don't know if you heard me I don't know if you were in here, but I said, child, in the meantime, I said I was gonna wait till she got here, but I was like, I could not just come here looking like Celie the first time she came.
Listen.
And then Ashlee come through looking like Suge when she got married and had that good man. No, we was not about to have that up on this show. I pulled out a good dress from the back of the closet.
I know that's right. Mm-hmm.
I just playing this in the middle of the closet. It's okay. But But anyway, so how was your week? I mean, I just feel honored because I feel like you just, you be busy.
I feel like this month has been a really eye-opening month. So as we're wrapping up National Poetry Month, obviously, there's a lot of feelings of like, what's next? What should you be doing? What are you working on that you've put down? What do you need to pick back up? So this week has been a lot of just reflecting on how to bring in or end this month and bring in and welcome the next.
Oh yes, which is the summer. Oh well, no, summer may not get to June or something, but either way, it's gonna be hot.
Yes.
And I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, like I mean, you would think that with my background, I would be reminded that it's National Poetry Month, but the fact that you just said it also reminds me that I was not able to get through my 30 for 30 this month. So I'm kind of disappointed.
I didn't bother. I think I came up with one poem, and then today I posted a throwback because what we're not going to do is
I'm trying to catch up on the 28th.
I'm just not in the season, and that's okay. Sometimes we're in a season of listening, and that is the poem. So
Thank you, Angela. She said you both are gorgeous. Got to get them. I saw it all in my head. I said, "Oh, this melanin is going to be popping on these screens for YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. They don't know what they about to get now." Okay, so I want to get it started. You're my third interviewee, so I'm building something here. But the main thing that I do like to start it off with is just asking, who is Ashlee Connors?
This is a very good question, and it's one question that often leaves me scrambling for answers, because at any given point, at any given moment, I'm many things, right? First and foremost, I am a flawed human, and I am a mother. Second, I'm a friend, a sister, a cousin. I am a poet, an artist, a creative. And of course, I think of the ways in which I answer all the titles of what I hold, right? Because that is typically how we define ourselves. I'm a learner, and I am currently on this journey of figuring out how to be my favorite self. What does liberation look like? So I am a person that is in search of liberation.
I like that. I also liked, and I'm going to add on to who is Ashlee Connors. It says this is more about her, and it's about why she writes, but I liked it. It says she writes because she knows what it's like to be broken. She speaks because she knows what it's like to be silenced. She shares because she knows her gift is meant to be shared. In a sea of t-shirts and jeans, this fashion forward poet stands out. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got my good dress on. But also sharing. I don't know. When I read that, I was like, oh, is that why I talk too much? Because they was always telling me I needed to be quiet. And then some people they're like, oh, you're a poet. Oh, that makes sense. So because maybe I did talk too much. She said, that's good. My favorite self. Yes, absolutely. We should always strive to be our favorite selves in all that we do. So have you always been a poet or interested in poetry, excuse me?
I've always written, but I don't know that I always likened myself to being a poet. I've always known that I was a storyteller. I remember as a kid, because I wasn't allowed to air my grievances. It was speak when spoken to. A child should be seen, not heard, right? And so I would write stories And in those stories was where I felt like I could be loud, I could be unabashed, right? I could be myself. And I could also just act out the realities of what I wanted to see, but I wasn't actually experiencing in my real life. So that was where I was unapologetic about all of the ways that I wish that I could be in my household.
And so did you ever share those or, well, I mean, well,
so some of those things they stayed with me, but I did like have friends where we had composition books, so I would share the books or pass them on to them so that they could also add their own realities. And so it just became sort of this unspoken club, if you will, of pouring ourselves into this space with and maybe in sort of like a rebellious thing, like we can't talk, but we're going to find a way to talk. And so this was how I guess we found ourselves. This was how we established ourselves. It was our secret resistance.
So when did you first decide to perform your writings?
That was back in 2014. At the time I was working at USAA, and I was telling a coworker about, the fact that I wrote, and she told me about an open mic in Fayetteville that happened every Sunday. And I went there and I didn't look back. Got on the stage trembling and everything. Read my little Dr. Seuss poem, with the end rhymes. And there was something about what it felt like to be on stage. There was something about how I felt home. It felt like I was returning to myself in a sense.
She said, I needed friends like y'all. Listen, I needed friends like us too. Let me tell you about it. and speaking of that, I definitely have to say she definitely has been a great friend for me. I met Ashlee, I feel at least 2016 is when I met you, but I got to know you in 2018, and then in 2020 we got even closer. And it's been on and popping. So I appreciate her. Like, I don't ever want to be one that trauma dumps or anything, but I do appreciate being able to go to her in times where my heart may be hurting, or I have a little uncertainty, and I know she's gonna give me some good sound advice.
Yeah, I try to be sagacious.
Girl, see stuff like that. I appreciate her for that. Say that word again. What was it again?
Oh, sagacious.
Sagacious. Come on, somebody. That's another thing. She be saying all of the words too. I'm like, what she just said? What she just called me? Anyway,
insulted or flattered, you're like, well, let me listen for the context.
Okay, thank God for Google, because in your cell phone being around here, you can play it off. Right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sagacious. I'm sagacious, y'all. Oh Lordy. But okay, so you said that you started 2014 and you're shaking and trembling. So another little bit of my research, and let me see how I can do it like this. Add this back and do it like this.
Oh Lord. Wow. The first two don't count, okay?
Why?
It's the third one that counts. I don't even know if you can purchase the first two anywhere, to be honest.
It's on Amazon. That's where I got it from.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Pieces of Me was literally me taking all of the things that I was able to find from my youth, and wanting to offer, what it was in the title. Like, these are stories of mine as I'm journeying through this thing called life, and I don't have it all figured out, but here's what I want to share with you of what I know. And then the second book, Lessons in Discovery, was giving myself permission to explore. I think this is right around the time where I actually came out. I am not straight. I was married, and my ex-husband is the first person I came out to. But I think in the putting together of this book, there was definitely that, it's okay to explore the things that you thought you had to bury. It's okay to give yourself permission to revisit. And so that was lessons in discovery. And then growing pains, I feel like that speaks to what it's like to live with loss after exploration, after exposing, after excavation, how to be in your new skin.
I like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, Pieces of Me is giving me Lifetime Movie Network. I don't know if she's running away, she's trying to save her kids from an abusive marriage, or she has a stalker, obsessive woman that won't leave her husband alone. I don't know, but I was like, that's the one that stood out to me. And you're right, I'm talking about it don't count, but I didn't really look at the pricing or anything. But I mean, I think I saw prices on all three of them, but that's how because I knew you had books, but I didn't see anything on your website. So I found you on Google, and I was like, oh, they all up here. And I think I definitely remember Growing Pains. Yeah. But like Pieces of Me, that came out, it says 2014. So it's like you came out 2014 and then you published and everything like not a game.
Yeah.
So that's very admirable. I'm gonna tell you right now. But now that you explain all of those, it makes a lot of sense for me, looking at the cover. You can't judge a book by its cover, so I appreciate you for explaining, but it does make sense. So if y'all do want any of those, they are on Amazon, even though she don't know it. She's just making money on the low.
Get the third one.
Why?
Look, we don't need to waste their time, okay? I mean, if you want to be aware of the journey and you want to see like, oh, this is the rough draft. I mean, yes, get the first two. But if you want to see more of a refined version of like, oh, she knows her voice and is coming into herself, Growing Pains is where you want to go. You don't want to see the rough draft. I mean, unless you nosy and like that kind of stuff, by all means, have at it. But don't say I didn't warn you, okay?
And if you just want to support, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of people books I buy now. Because I just want to support, and when I get to it, I would love to. Like, I think about, like, those times when I have writer's block or I can't think of anything. It's a great time to pick up somebody's book, and see what you can come up with. So, but yeah, that's all I got on that one, as far as, the extent of the research I did. But I knew I wanted to find those books and put them up there and, get your insight on it. So let me ask you this. I put it on the YouTube, in the description box of the YouTube and Facebook videos, everyone, if you want to check out her website and all that stuff. Yeah, the website, it says Ashlee Diamond. Is that your name or what?
Okay, so Diamond is my middle name, and in a world where I believe in poetry names, I probably would go by Ashlee Diamond, but I don't believe in them, so I just go by Ashlee.
Ashlee Connors. Okay.
Yeah. So the Diamond comes from my middle name.
Okay. Because I was wondering, I was like, is she really Ashlee Diamond, and we not respecting her wishes, or she does not correct us or anything?
I'm just Ashlee.
And not Ashlee with two E's, because I remember I thought that was what you went by. I remember I thought that's what you... I'm telling you, man. So, all right. So now we know it's just Ashlee Connors. Okay. But you are on, and correct me, you're on the Women of the World board or something?
Yes, I was on the committee. I was the executive chair this past year. As far as I know, I will be serving again for this coming year.
And it was my girl back.
It was an amazing experience. For anyone that's out here tuned in, I will say, if you ever want to be in a space where you are able to see yourself and be echoed and hear the echoing of the greatness that lies inside of you, Women of the World is the space to be in. When I say it was transformative, it was healing, and it was organized by Black women, listen.
Every time I get on my live, you got to come through with your motorcycle. Anyway, every time, y'all. But I also covered when Women of the World was going on this year. I covered it and told my viewers how they can go and look it up, and also shared my experience being a part in 2018. That's actually where Ashlee and I, really got close, along with Ayana. I think it was Millie. I think that was it. Right? I don't know. I don't know if it was another person, but great, beautiful experience. Just like I said in that video, you can go check it out on my channel. Make sure you're subscribed, comment, like, share, But I talk about how it was such a great experience. So now we have Ashlee confirming that. I can remember, and it wasn't until you just started talking. See, liquor don't help, but that, like, I'm sure I probably would have cried without liquor. Liquor just intensified it, but that's how freeing it was. Yeah. Like, I had to walk. I've never had to walk away from someone's poem to go and cry. And I went in the bathroom and I cried. It was a poem that got me that I didn't think would. And it was after that, I just felt so good. And, Roddy and just all of the people, I teamed up with people from Hawaii. It was a drunk girl. I had to make sure she was good. Child. But, we had each other back. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Slish, you good? You know what I'm saying? I'm from Duval, But, so such a great experience. I definitely hope that you're a part of it next year. And if I'm up and kicking it, wink, wink. I would love to be a part of it, but I definitely want to. And when I say be a part of it, I want to compete again. I'm gonna come back out and compete again.
Listen,
like I said,
me too. Me too.
Yes, that would be a space that I would compete in again, and such. But like I was telling somebody, I need to write more slam poems. Can you chime in on what I'm talking about? Do you know what I say when I say I need to write slam poems?
I hear that, and I have mixed feelings about it. Because there's the side of me that believes anything is slammable, that you write. And then there's the side of me that understands appropriate time and place. Because I think first and foremost, you got to check in with here. Slam is very arbitrary. And when you are slamming any piece, you have to be ready for it to be picked apart and scrutinized, because there are people literally judging it. And if you are not in a space to hear the points, then that is not a poem you should slam.
See, that's the part they ain't tell me. Yeah. That's the part they ain't tell me. Yeah. So it's not necessarily about feeling as though you need to write slam poems. Just be ready to perform the poem that you write.
And exactly. And understand that the atmosphere that you're in, you're being judged. Everything about from the time you step on to the mic, from the time you step to the mic, you're being judged. Then you open your mouth, your pauses, your gesticulations, everything's being judged.
Gesticulation, that's gestures, right?
Yes, it is.
See, I use my context clues, Duval, So, okay, I just had the question. Hold on, let me find it. It was the gesticles that got me. So
not the gesticles.
Hold on. You said okay. So would you say that you should maybe do a few open mics with a poem before just deciding to do it at a slam?
I think it depends on the person, right? There are some people who love the stage and the stage loves them. And the minute that they step on to the mic, everyone is entranced, everyone's captivated. And they don't need rehearsal areas such as an open mic. There are some of us, like myself, who probably needs to test it first. Yeah. And I don't think any way is wrong. I think you just need to know yourself as a performer. I think you need to know the best way that creates or that pulls out the performance that you want to see out of yourself. So I think try it all and see where you are most comfortable. I still haven't found the perfect combination for myself. What I find is that in my writing, I write about shit that I've gone through. Like, I'm not a social justice person. I write about relationships, the relationships that I'm navigating or have navigated. And so the level of vulnerability I offer in that, I'm not going to give that to you in a performance. That's has been my thing. And I think some of that is my focus on perfectionism and not wanting to offer that, like that piece of vulnerability. Like, it's already in the works. So I got to give it to you in how I deliver it.
Right.
And so I'm currently trying to work through what it looks like to abandon some of those beliefs and just give myself to the piece.
That's deep there. That, I don't know. And see, I'm asking her a lot of questions because she's also an educator and she facilitates some great workshops. And so, you know, a part of this is like, yeah, we interviewing, but another part is, you know, I'm taking notes, mental notes about this. And I think that, I guess through trial and error, you would end up finding out. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. We have a live studio audience here at Flowtainment. If you want tickets to it, make sure you email info@flowtainment.com. Okay, then. We see you. All right, then. You ain't going to be hot. You ain't going to be hot, is you?
No, it should be.
All right, then. Okay, look, Lord Jesus, look at him, y'all. Look at him. See.
Hi, husband.
She said, "Hey, husband."
Hey, what's happening?
You smell
How are
good.
you?
Hey, y'all. He can't hear you because I got the earbuds on, but yeah, he about to go out to Abstract's open mic event here in Charlotte. Actually, tomorrow makes 7 years that my husband and I have known each other. We met at Abstract's event because Abstract's birthday is the 29th. And so he had a birthday event April 29th of 2015. And I went out there really to visit, just to check it out, was asked to perform, and then met my husband.
Wow.
And the individual that brought me out to that event, I never saw her anymore. I never talked to her again after that night. She got me there because I was in my house chilling and she needed a ride. And I never saw her again. And my husband and I have never been detached since. So even with the, you know, the little breakups we had, I was still looking on his Instagram. I sure was.
Absolutely.
Who was this girl? Oh, that's his grandma. Oh, okay. Then.
Not his grandma.
Excuse me. She look a little young. What are these people saying in the comments? Being educated, that's what I'm getting. Okay. We got come on, sis. Oh, we also had a question. Tay says, "Hey, brother." So we have a question for you, and this comes from Mode Noor. She says, "Do you think social media influences the poetry competitions?"
Especially with the pandemic, it absolutely can. I think the pandemic allowed us a different way to view how we can showcase our poetry. However, I also think that there's some negative stuff with that, because from the other aspect that I'm looking at is if I am a young writer and I go on YouTube and I start looking up Rudy Francisco, Ashley Hayes, Kyla Janae Lacey, Stephen Willis. This is Stephen Antoine Willis. I'm looking up all of these spoken word artists, and I start to believe or look at the way they're performing, and I start to believe I need to write that way. I need to sound that way. And so we start to become carbon copies of other people. And I think there's a thin line between emulating, right? And completely like losing yourself to become something that you're not. So I absolutely think that particularly in competition space, if I'm watching these videos, I think I have to enter competitions being this, because that's what gets the viewership, or that's what gets the win. So
you saying that though, that almost sounds like, okay. That almost sounds like when you're coming up or tutored or mentored by a certain poet, you kind of adapt their styles, and then you start to see that everybody up under them sounds that way. And also, I felt like that's how I viewed a lot of poets in North Carolina. I can't necessarily, I started as a poet in Florida, and a lot of people have their own cadences there, for real. But here, and I'm not saying all of the poets are like that, and the ones that don't sound like that are usually the ones that I kind of like, but there's this certain cadence or something that I hear a lot here from
stylistically, right? Like you can tell, oh, they've been mentored by such and such, or such and such is, and so I think as a coach or mentor, you have to be very careful of not creating carbon copies of yourself. And sometimes that's hard to do because I'm only going to be able to teach you from the lens that I have. And so I think sometimes as leaders or pillars in the community who also are mentors, it's incumbent upon them to make sure that they say, I need to develop you as a writer, not me through you as a writer.
Right. And I appreciate someone that can do that. And I can say that at least all of the experiences that I did have being on teams, which is pretty much the only time that I believe I've been up under anyone's mentorship as it pertains to poetry, they did allow everyone to have their own sound. Now, there was a poet whose name I will not mention.
Lord.
That asked, had a poem idea and asked everybody to write to it, and then they rearranged it. And that wasn't my issue. The issue was they completely deleted my original poem.
Wow.
And I was like, you rude such and such. I mean, they rearranged. I was like, where's my original one? Oh, I couldn't find it. Boy, you did that on purpose, but whatever. Right. She says, yes, I was told my poetry, what she says, was not that good. So I agree with Kia.
So if I can just comment towards that, I'm so sorry that was your experience.
Right.
As we
I've
know,
never told you that. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We know that art is extremely subjective, and we train our ears to decide what is good. It's like in a slam. I'll give a real life example. Last weekend, I participated in a slam. It was 10 of us, I believe. The very first person who went after the calibration poets read her piece. Judges scored amazing, 29.6. Thereafter, the other competitors were spitting off the dome. I was number 7 in the lineup. I read. I didn't score so well because by then they are trained. Wait, why are you not spitting from off the top? And that's the part of slam that I don't like. You don't know if I have a disability. You don't know. But now because you have this idea of what it should look like and sound like, you're going to judge me based on these other people. And so I think it's really important when we are in our passion, we have to also look to alignment. Just because someone else is a poet don't mean they align with you. Just because someone else paints don't mean that that's your kin. And I'm not saying you look for yes men, but I'm saying you look to be in good soil.
And I also believe that ties into what we were just talking about with, sounding like other people. That could be somebody that sounds like all of these other poets that is not used to the way you speak. Because I told Purple Rain that the voice that she has, she can command attention. And I think that's where the writers' workshops come into play, which myself, even though, she may see, somebody may say, oh, she's won a national slam championship. But I still also want to elevate in, my writing. And so I think with it, you find your voice, the more you do workshops and such, because it's not like the the teacher or the instructor is telling you exactly how to write. They're giving you a prompt and you take it from there.
Exactly.
And then what I find is you're able, I just do so much better with prompts. I don't know why, unless if I stick purely on inspiration, which is also what I believe in as well. Like, my messages come to me when they come to me, and I write them out and I present them when I need to. I don't take that for granted. And I'm not going to push a message that is not meant to be said, but prompts and things of that nature that help you grow with your writing development and help your brain, just go all of these different places. I definitely have found them to be extremely beneficial with finding your voice, deepening your pockets when it comes to poetry, because also in competitions some things can get a little stale, and that also goes into what Mo Noir said about social media influencing competitions. And maybe you can speak to that about how when these times that we're living in socially, and how that bleeds into poetry. So how do you feel about that, I guess?
I think that I know the pandemic didn't help. We were already trending or going towards this area where there's a lot of social media influence. And so the pandemic exacerbated what was already a growing issue. And so we look through the lens of social media for validation, for standards. And I think as artists, it's our job to not only inquire, but to debunk some of the things that we start to see that can be problematic. And we can do that. But we have to be cognizant and do the work.
Right.
Those of us who benefit off of it, we're not necessarily going to do the work.
And it'd be a bunch of broken people at them doggone competitions.
Yes, broken.
And when you over here trying to heal, it kind of makes you jaded towards those things. And it may not even be the competition itself. It's the individuals that come,
Exactly.
Trying to make a buck off of their trauma or what's trending right now socially.
Absolutely.
But when that slam is over with, you're also contributing to the very thing that you're speaking against in your poem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I don't know what I be talking about, child. I just be over here. Anywho. Anywho, so like, I guess, and I don't have that many more questions, because it is Thursday night. We gotta get to work, or maybe, or it's F that job, whatever you feel. And shout out to JC. But how do you believe that any sort of artistic discipline or artistic form requires you to put your like blood, sweat, and tears into it? Or is art art?
I think when art and purpose are one and the same, there is work that you have to put into it. I do not think that this work should mean that you are martyring yourself. I do think there needs to be a level of discipline. I think there needs to be a level of stewardship. This gift that we have with words, I need to steward that carefully, because there are things that I may say in a poem and outside of a poem that will impact someone for the rest of their lives, that I cannot take away. So that is a responsibility when we get on that stage, when we're off the stage, because we've seen people say one thing on a stage and then off the stage, they behave completely different. So blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, absolutely. Because I need to embody what I say. It's not about just being able to put some pretty words together. I can alliterate all I want. I can personify all I want. I can throw metaphors all I want. What am I doing when I step off that stage? Am I living what I said? Am I doing the work to unravel or undo or unlearn or excavate, whatever it is my poem spoke about? I need to make sure that I'm in alignment with what I'm saying or working as hard as hell to do it. And a lot of times people believe that the work starts and stops on that stage.
All I kept hearing was show and prove. That should be the poetry golden rule. If you gonna spit that, you could walk that shit. Nuts with all that box. It's a poem that I wrote that speaks exactly to that same thing. So, listen, that's real wisdom, and it's something that you should take with you. Don't be blinded. Don't be blinded by the flashy cars and all this stuff that these folks be out here saying. Some of them, that's probably the only nice car they're gonna ever have, especially dealing with poetry. Child. Child. But I ain't even gonna speak on it like we can't make it. But I think poets have been struggling since for the longest. I don't know if it's truly
an art that's I don't think it's an art that's truly appreciated. You know, you and I were talking yesterday briefly about the ways in which I've gotten reached, you know, I've been reached out to throughout this month, and I've had to learn the power of no. Every invite don't mean I have to say yes. You know, some of us were so excited to be invited onto a stage that we're not understanding the weight that we carry. We are also accountable to the people that are coming up behind us, the artists that are coming up behind us. So no, I don't want it for exposure. Because I can't pay my bills with exposure.
We be saying that all the time, y'all.
Listen.
We cannot.
And so I think we have to start being a lot more protective of what we do.
That's true.
We don't protect it the way that we should. We don't honor it the way that we should. And so why would I expect a promoter to?
You ain't saying no lies. You ain't saying no lies there. And I guess this would be my final question. How important is art in general to the community?
I think art is everything. It's what sustains us. Art is in everything that we see. It's in the home that we live in. It's in the car that we drive. Artists thought of that. Artists envisioned that. The thing is, the type of art that we do is for the soul. You can't see that. And so it's hard to put a dollar amount to it. And that's probably why we struggle so much with knowing our worth. Because it's not tied to, at the end product is you won't see a home, or you're going to see a road, or you're going to see a car, or you're going to see a purse, or you're going to see a painting. I'm talking about soul care. There's not a dollar amount for that. I hope that answers your question.
It does. And also it made me think that also to a certain degree, it makes it all in the poet's benefit. They're not really able to put us in debt like they are able to do like a singer or a hip hop artist, you know, like they're the ones that get the concert bookings and all of these things that they put money behind them. Poets, you know, because we really don't require all of that. You know, we don't need dancers and hieroglyphics and things to do it. We really need silence. We need everybody to shut up and turn your cell phones off.
And yes, and the thing is, it's layered, right? Like, because if I am a person who wants to put on that type of production where I have, music playing in the background and I have soft dancing, I mean, yes, we can do that.
We can, absolutely.
But honestly, I am the orchestra. Everything I come with is here.
Right.
I'm the whole damn thing.
That's true. So I don't want anything to take away from what it is that I have to say or who it is that I am right now. And like you said, it's me and my words that I am giving you. And and I have been in spaces where it has been beautiful. like lines wrapped up to buy your product.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been in spaces where there's crickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lord of Jesus, child, baby. Listen, this has been such a great interview, Ashlee. Can you tell the people where they can find you or any like parting words or anything?
Okay, parting words. You can find me. You can find me on Facebook as Ashlee Connors. Please remember it's E, no Y. Connors is ORS. You can find me on Instagram, Diverna. Don't worry about why the Diverna's there.
I be every time I see it.
Okay,
like,
I'm going to tell you.
That?
So Diverna is my maiden name. I am very much into being connected to all of the titles that I've held or all the names I've been called. And so you'll see, like, my website is Ashlee Diamond because that is me. So is Diverna. And Ashlee Connors is the me now, right? So it's paying homage to all the different versions of me because all of those different women still are here. So I hold their hands and I have them on my social media. So parting words. Writers that are out there, artists of any medium, find your voice and do not let anyone tell you what your message should be. Everything that you need is inside of you. And if you are looking for a mentor to help bring that out, listen to your intuition. If it don't feel right, it's not the way to go. Don't worry about trying to be so seen that you forget about yourself. That's probably going to be my biggest piece of advice tonight.
Y'all heard it there now. And also it was when you were talking about all of your names, I have Ake Wolf, which is Kia Flow backwards. And I say that with Ake Wolf, that's like my moon sign. That's like my innate. That's everything that I am without being civilized or the teachings that were bestowed upon me. And so, I just been saying Ake Wolf, and then my husband, he was like, I don't know if it had something to do with my Twitter or something like that, but we were talking about how, Takia is one person, then there's Kia Flow. And then he was like, yeah, now we just waiting for Sade to come out and stop hiding behind Ake Wolf. And I was like, boy, you better stop, because Sade is my middle name. And that's actually what my family calls me. That Sade is my innate. That is me. And so I was like, damn, that is Ake. I done gave her a whole new name. But it's Sade. But we're going by Ake. Ake Wolf, But listen, Ashlee, this has been such a beautiful interview. Now, what I like to say is you don't have to drop off unless you got other stuff to do. I think I got about 3 articles to read in the game, or you can stay in the comments or stay on the StreamYard, or you can, go home. You did your job though. You did your 30 minutes. And so I appreciate you so much for that. You let me know what you want to do. That's
Well, thank you so much for having me. I do want to stick around, like, behind the scenes, and let you, back the spotlight. So I don't know if you can put me back in the back.
I can. Thank you so much. I like that option too. I just don't want you to feel any pressure. And I don't know. I feel like maybe I need to word that a little better.
Girl, you could definitely say you ain't got to go home, but you do got to get out of here. It's okay. I've served I've done my stuff.
Listen, y'all make sure y'all find Ashlee, and everything. I'm about to play this quick little commercial break, and we're going to come back to finish out this show. Okay, y'all? And Ashlee, you can hold tight and still comment in the comment section. So if you can.
Okay.
hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Appreciate you to Germ 747, my musical director. I had to find a position name, and I gave it to my husband. But yeah, that's his song, Long Airways. Check out his album, Letters in Purple, streaming on all major platforms. My husband, he decided to get out there and start recording himself, like get from behind the cameras, because he's an extremely talented person. So yeah, y'all check that out. Letters in Purple by Germ 747. But I love that song on his album, so I told him I was going to use it, and I played every commercial. But who y'all see on the screen? Sonia Sanchez. I mean, it is National Poetry Month. I just had a phenomenal poet, come through and drop that wisdom. I'm pretty good in the poetry lane myself. You know what I'm saying? Not to be modestized. Let me stop. I don't know the words I actually do. Okay. So Sonia Sanchez is here because she wins $80,000 Jackson Poetry Prize. While we up here talking about we can't pay our bills, she over here getting it all. She's still winning prizes while we're around here talking about competitions. And this 80,000, I ain't been to a competition yet. Child, I'd be scared to go to one of those competitions. You don't know what the poet's gonna be putting cyanide and everything, trying to get you to disqualify and get up out. Nope. New York. And this comes from, wow, this actually comes from News for Jacks. I didn't even look at that. That's my hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. News for Jacks. I think that's by Hillel Itali. It says Sonia Sanchez has received the Jackson Poetry Prize, an $80,000 award that continues a recent wave of lifetime achievement honors for the 87-year-old poet. Sonia Sanchez is 87. Educator and activist. Wow. I had no clue. Her award was announced Tuesday by Poets and Writers, pw.org, the publisher of Poets and Writers magazine. Over her 7-decade careers, that's 70 years, Sonia Sanchez has distinguished herself as a major figure in American letters. The judge's citation reads, in part, her vast and commanding of published poetry invokes the power and revolutionary properties of language itself, intoning the struggles and joys of entire communities while reinvigorating, traditional forms. Since 2018, Sanchez has also received the Wallace Stevens Award, the Ansfield Wolf Lifetime Achievement Award, the Dorothy and Lillian Gish Prize, and the Edward McDowell Medal. Sanchez was a founding member of the Black arts movement in the late 60s and is widely regarded as a pioneering teacher of Black studies. Her poetry collections include Homecoming, Love Poems, and Shake Loose, My Skin. Come on, somebody. Congratulations to Sonia letting us know I got 60 more years and I can get me $80,000, god dog. And she's won a lot. And I did not know that for one, she was that old. Her spirit, like even her most recent poetry, and I've looked her up. She's on my favorite along with Toni Morrison. But she, I don't know, the way she writes, it sounds to me like maybe an Emerald Green, maybe a Suni Patterson, maybe even Teresa Songbird, not saying that their cadence is the same, and it's a sister, and I think it's Peggy in Columbia. I love her writing, but they're in a generation above me, but the cadence or like the delivery and the word choice knock all these young little girls, myself included, out of the ranking. So I can see why she got that there. You did that, Sonya. Congratulations. What we got over here in the comments? Not 60 years. I'm weak. Yeah, I got 60 years before I can make that 80,000. I'm just keeping it real. I'm being honest. I know I'm not gonna sit up here and think that it's more than that. What's our next article about to be? Oh, Method Man. I saw this too. We only got 3 articles for you today, and y'all know I do not read through all of these articles. Actually, that Sonya Sanchez article, that was real short. Duval, we know what time it is. That was for News for Jacks. We ain't got time for all that. What's the point? And so I'm finding that out with doing these articles, and how I want to announce the site that I get it from, as well as the person who write it. And I'm real serious about that, because some of these people be adding extra sauce on the stuff. And I'm not saying that I don't have my opinion that I won't provide. I provide it if I feel I need to, but the sauce that they be adding, I'm like, I wasn't even thinking that. Like, that's not what I got from reading the title. So why you got to add all your opinion on it? But whatever. Y'all see Method Man over there? What Method Man undid, y'all? This comes from Digital Music News, and it's by Ashlee King. It says, Intercept Music partners with Method Man to launch global platform. We gotta talk about the good things. If you want to find the salaciousness that's going on in the world, like myself, I ain't trying to act like I'm above over here. I'm just saying that that's not what I'm covering. It's a plethora of channels out there, including the news, if you want to know that information, because they want the ratings for that reason, and not me. I want my ratings because you genuinely like art, entertainment, or you may find me funny. How cute. Or insightful, whatever. So it says, Intercept Music is partnering with Method Man to create a new platform for independent labels and music artists. The digital distribution platform is aimed at providing artistic emancipation for today's musicians. That sounds like that's right up our alley, a few of us, right? That's all we want is some INDEPENENTDT. Intercept Music is launching a new campaign entitled Independence Empowered to highlight the partnership. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Method Man adds proper education leads to constant elevation. Come on, somebody. Somebody just said that in the comments. Intercept equals empowerment. Intercept Music gives artists and their labels immediate access to hundreds of digital stores and every major streaming platform, including Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, and YouTube Music, all included. Okay. So I'm not going through all of that. It says Intercept was founded by veterans of the music and tech industries. The team has helped artists earn over 100 Grammy Awards and hundreds of notable industry awards. In suit of offerings include premium distribution, social media marketing tools, merchandising, customizable promotion services for artists and labels. Listen, I want to say shout out to Method Man. That's a good move. That's a good look. We appreciate you. She said, I'll take funny for 200, Alex. Thank you. I like to say I'm a little hilarious. Not hilarious. Hilarious. Okay? Hilarious. I think I am a little bit. I crack my own self up sometimes, boy. I'll be up here dying laughing sometimes. That's size the points though. Let's see, but not title. It's probably on title as well. They just didn't put it in this article. Like I said, that's why I read where I get it from and who wrote it. So you know it wasn't me. But it's probably on title as well. I found that If it's on Spotify, it's probably gonna be on Tidal, unless they got something against Jay-Z or Beyonce. I don't know. But so yeah, that's all that on that. And then our last article. I don't know who this man is, but he look mad, don't he? He look mad, and I think he is. Let me get this off my screen. Comes from Hip Hop DX. I tend to get a lot of my hip hop news from them. This one was by Andy Bustard. DJ Premier. It says DJ Premier calls out fashion giant Zara for biting Gang Star logo for new jacket line. So this falls under art news. Remember, Flowtainment is all things art and all things entertainment. So you got your poetry news tonight. You got your hip hop news tonight. And, this is still kind of hip hop, but it's also, fashion news tonight. DJ Premier has a tattoo on his right forearm that reads, "Reputation is the cornerstone of power." But that ethos isn't just limited to the rap game. Come on now. On Tuesday, the legendary producer called Spanish-based fashion retailer Zara's reputation into question for allegedly stealing Gang Star's logo for a new line of jackets. Primo uploaded a short video on Instagram showing a leather jacket and a bomber jacket, both featuring a never break patch on the back that looks an awful lot like Gang Star's iconic circle and star emblem, which the beloved group has used since 1991. Don't they be stealing from us, y'all? Don't they be stealing from us? That's why I told my husband today. That's why he was like, I want us to go in the right. And I said, just as long as we own it. I don't care what we go into. Just as long as we own it. No way. The person filming the video says as they inspect the jackets up close. Wow. DJ Premier demanded answers, writing, "Really?" at Zara. In his caption, "Zara, really?" DJ Premier's complaint has met with outrage from many of his rap peers and followers alike, with who is there? Pharaoh, Monk, Jeru, the Damaha, Cardinal, Official, Terminology, and Marco Polo among those expressing their disapproval in his comment section. Listen, y'all better stop stealing from us. Stop stealing from us. I ain't gonna lie. Now I ain't really steal from Issa Rae. I was inspired by Issa Rae. She had a web series, Awkward Black Girl, and I had also saw The Number, which I believe was on Black and Sexy TV, and then there was a web series called The Unwritten Rule. Those 3 web series inspired me to create my web series, Going with the Flow. But it's nothing, none of the concept is not like any of those. But fast forward, and there are at least 3 series that I see. I'm like, damn, I see a little bit of going with the flow up in there. I see a little bit of that up in there, but we ain't gonna talk about it, because I ain't do my due diligence, but when season 2 comes out, I will. So stop stealing our stuff, everybody, okay? Like I'm saying, it's going to stop them from stealing it. Oh, okay. Anyway, that was the show. As far as the articles go, we almost up out of this thing because I think this one's going to go over a little bit longer. But before we do that, we got a game that we need to play. Thank you to everybody who has been in here watching and participating. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love y'all so much. Bring it back. I got to figure out how I'm going to say that. Bring it back. I don't know. Bring it back. I don't know. Like I have to figure out how I'm gonna say it every time it comes on. Like, what that song say? So I gotta do something with bring it back. Hey, hey. Okay, bring it back. And that is a game that we have where I play the song in reverse, and I just need for y'all to let me know what the song is. And without further ado, huh? Who that is? Bring it back. Because the song in reverse, that's why I call it Bring It Back. You know what I'm saying? Do I need to play it again? Y'all know what song it is? Nah, I had an old school song, but I was like, they're probably like, girl, why you always playing them old songs? I just wanted to start it off with some known black old school songs first to get y'all feet wet. Y'all got the answer right last week. Can y'all tell? I ain't heard. Oh, I see a comment. Hold on. Who said Usher? I don't know who Usher is. What song that is by Usher? I do not know what song that is. I'm gonna play it one more time. Are y'all talking about the Usher at the church with the white gloves on? Is that the Usher y'all talking about? What song that what church they go to and what song they be singing? As long as I got King Jesus. Is that the song they be singing? You make me want to leave the one I'm worth. I know that's right. I'm worth. You made me want to leave the one I'm worth. Start a new relationship in church. This is what it hurts. You make me. Wait in the chair like this. Wait in the chair like that. Ooh, oh, my thigh. Leave me. What? What you said? Leave the one I'm with. Oh. So it's Usher, leave the one I'm with. Is that right, y'all? Oh, she got it right. You don't get a prize, but you got it right. Hey! Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for knowing your music. You made me want to leave the one I'm with, y'all. You make sure I put this up here. I'm playing on the playback. But I told y'all some of these emotions, some of these emojis I can't see. But that was the show, everyone. Thank you so much. Make sure you are following Flowtainment on Instagram. You know, at Flowtainment, we are covering all things art and all things entertainment. So follow us. And while you're there, make sure you follow WKFLO Rhythm Release, where the flow just don't stop. Y'all know this is where I'll be on my R&B music. You know what I'm saying? From the then and the now. And then, of course, I'm Kia Flow. I am the host and the creator. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can too, you know, and also my website to stay abreast of what it is that I got going on. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But this has been such a beautiful show. Y'all have been a great audience. You know, I am just so full. Thank you, Ashlee, for being here and shedding light. Maybe we can get you on the WKFLO and you can, you know, share some more and also share what R&B music you listen to. I see a private chat here. Let's see. Hold on. Did the government? Oh, okay. I thought the government was in here. You know, sometimes. See, when you ain't living your life right, you just be wondering. Is that the government? She say, that's okay. I had fun. Ashlee said, thank you so much. You're a beautiful person. She said, I don't know how to comment in the public. You comment if you're on the YouTube, you're probably just watching from StreamYard, but the public one is how you can, you go to YouTube or Facebook and it'll show up and everybody can see it. But, you know, maybe I didn't explain that too well. But either way, you were here. You were on top of it. So that's the hip hop artist and the spoken word artist They up on it. I ain't seen no deeper like behavior yet. So y'all better step y'all game up. But this has been such a beautiful show. I'm gonna end it off with a piece by Ashlee Connors that I really love. I actually like probably every poem of hers that I've heard, even though I may not have it memorized or know the title of it. I just be like, oh, that's the one right there. She has a lot of them. But this one, I definitely love. Y'all have been a beautiful audience. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, email me at info@flowtainment.com. I will respond within 24 to 48 hours, child. I'm telling you, I got no on my phones. But y'all have been a beautiful audience. I love you all. And until next time.
Humilité toute gloire avec honneur. Moi leve même pour m'adorer, tant qu'on glorifie non.
My tongue has mastered the art of hiding traces of my motherland in it. I wore assimilation the moment I denied where I'm from. When asked, I would hear the city, Brooklyn, part from my lips, and soon after, raising Queens gallop out my mouth. I wanted to isolate my Haitian from my American so badly. My sock up fed from my hello, my legging from my burger. I can barely contort my tongue to speak my mother's language. She focused so much in our fitting in, she failed to realize in the same action, she eviscerated our culture. Her neglect made disparaging parts of me acceptable. For instance, I see our flag and feel nothing. The reverence lays dormant, my American ways now embedded in my DNA. My daughter shows no signs of the Caribbean running through her veins as a blockage in her vessels. Her ears deaf to my call. Chérie should be sweetheart. Mon amour is my love. She requires translation. This unfamiliar dialect conversion to English, this pains me. I wonder why I felt the need to divorce my sac passé to fully embrace my hello, how are you? The many times I refused to respond in Creole under the guise of, I really don't understand what you're saying. My preference was to be as American as possible. Perform this ablution, colonize, destroy the very thing that makes me an outcast. See, I've killed a part of me to fully embrace a country that doesn't even accept me. Isn't that the American way? To assume identity while denying birthright. I middle passage my way. Every instance I neglect my Haitian heritage. Every single time I refuse to lean in, greet others with a kiss, but instead extend my hand and shake theirs. I've inadvertently exercised my culture from my being. It's no wonder when Pakone Ayadaiti, when Santime Pedi, is this the independence my ancestors fought for? My ability to deny, disassociate, disconnect from the very thing that keeps me here today. I'm embarrassed to say, I've successfully separated my Lee Masquiti from my Vicks Vapor Rub, my bouillon from my chicken noodle soup. This cultural wasteland of broken traditions lay barren. My disjointed dialect, now coherent communication disallows for any connection to culture. I even let my passport expire. Signal lost. Integration never stood a chance here. My American side shakes her head of approval, reaffirms this soi disant gentrification was necessary, renovation complete. Vehemently decides my culture, my heritage, my culture, my heritage, my culture, my heritage wasn't important enough to salvage anyway. That it's okay to let it remain buried under my tongue. The Haitian will fade away soon enough like, vous méritez toute gloire and the glory as I lift my hands in worship, as I glorify your name. After all, isn't this the American way? Thank you.